GMS makes their signing of Rajah Caruth official, and we may now know where Hailie Deegan is racing next season. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. I sound terrible today. I had this lingering cold for almost 2 weeks. It's just every day is like a roller coaster. I sound terrible. Please try to bear with me. We've got one major announcement today to react to, and then there's also this very interesting rumor going around we'll discuss. First though, real quick, I want to address part of yesterday's video. You guys actually managed to at least partially change my mind on something. Yesterday, I argued that if NASCAR is going to build up the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum as this outreach event aimed at attracting newer, younger fans, then maybe it would be in their best interest to invest in bringing a newer, younger, perhaps more current musical act or entertainment. As I said in that video, I'm not personally familiar with Cypress Hill, the hip-hop group that will perform at next year's Clash at the Coliseum. I knew they were popular, but from what I could tell, their peak was in the 90s. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, last year, Ice Cube, Pitbull performed at the Clash at the Coliseum, and I don't think either of them are necessarily at their peak. They're just both legends of the industry. And it was great. It was fun. I fully expect to enjoy Cypress Hill's performance this year. I'm going to the race, like I said, so I'll get to see it. One fact that you all did bring to my attention yesterday, though, is just how important Cypress Hill is to the West Coast, to Los Angeles in particular. They may not be quite as well known everywhere else, but in Los Angeles, in that market, they are, similar to Ice Cube, they are legends of the industry. So in that respect, it makes a lot more sense to me now why NASCAR would go to them and want to bring them out to this race to try and sell tickets in the LA market. It makes a whole lot more sense to me. So while I still believe that in the future it would be nice to bring in someone who's a little younger, a little more current, I'm way more on board with the Cypress Hill pick now than I was before I knew that information yesterday. So that's on me. Should have done more research on that, but I'm a NASCAR show, not a music or hip-hop show. I know, shocker, but I do appreciate all of you guys in the comments letting me know. I'm gonna leave it at that. Wait, I was gonna leave it at that, and then, is this real? I just got a notification. Oh my, the actual Cypress Hill commented on my video yesterday, 2 minutes ago. Everybody has an opinion and you're very much entitled to it. Nonetheless, we'll rip our set. You may not be familiar, but do your diligence on who we are before you talk about what is relevant. Fair enough. What the heck is going on? Well, thanks for the comment, Cypress Hill, and you're right. If I'm gonna talk about a music act, I should probably know more about them, but that's where you guys all came in the clutch. Thank you all for commenting and enlightening me on the legacy and importance, and still popularity, still relevancy of Cypress Hill. Is that the real channel? 1 million subscribers. Yeah, that's the real channel. I did not expect to be beefing with a hip-hop group today. Oh boy, okay, enough about that. Moving on, back to actual racing. GMS made it official today. Rajah Caruth will drive the number 24 truck next season in the Craftsman Truck Series. Caruth will have primary sponsorship from the Wendell Scott Foundation and will also officially join Chevy's Driver Edge development program. This move was reported late last week. We talked about it a little bit then, but Rajah Caruth, 20-year-old race car driver, finished third in the ARCA Menards points last year with 8 top 5s, 14 top 10s. Didn't quite get that win, but was very, very consistent. Actually led the points for the majority of the season. Made a handful of truck starts, mixed results, handful of Xfinity starts, and I mentioned he did improve as the season went on, finishing in the top 23 straight races to wrap up the year. I'm excited for Rajah Caruth. This is a huge opportunity for him. Full-time in a competitive championship caliber truck series ride. He'll be teammates with Daniel Dye, but perhaps more importantly with Grant Enfinger, a veteran driver who's won races, who's contended for championships, a very, very valuable resource, but perhaps most importantly, Rajah Caruth will now be teammates of sorts with Jimmie Johnson, who announced just last month that he's buying into Petty GMS. He's now a co-owner and part-time driver over there. Rajah Caruth had a funny story to tell during the press conference today.
For my, second grade, I just showed him this picture right before we came out here. I dressed up as Jimmie Johnson for Halloween at my elementary school in D.C. So it's, I'll post that picture somewhere, but I mean, he was my favorite driver growing up, him and Bubba Wallace, and just how, not only how good of a driver he was, but how he was off the racetrack with his interviews and how he treated his race team and just regular race fans. So to be To be able to develop a relationship with him is really a dream come true.
I'm not going to pretend I know Rajah super well, but he's been on this channel many times in the past. It's been pretty cool to see his growth over the last 3 or 4 years from kind of just that kid from DC on iRacing to getting real short track opportunities, rev racing the last couple of seasons, and now a full-time ride in the truck series with a contending team. Really, really happy for Rajah. He gets to work alongside one of his heroes. So good luck to Rajah Caruth. I think expectations now are as high or higher than they've ever been. I know Rajah's always felt the pressure, but now he's in equipment that can win races. Rajah needs to be in playoff contention. He needs to lead some laps here and there. There's going to be lofty expectations next season. Hopefully Caruth is able to rise to the occasion. Before we talk about the big rumor floating around, I want to let y'all know that Joe Gibbs Racing is planning to announce their Xfinity Series driver lineup this Thursday, in just 2 days. I don't have any inside information on this. We've heard from reporters like Bob Pockrass that drivers John Hunter Nemechek, Sammy Smith are near the top of their list. But we'll know, I guess, on Thursday who will drive for JGR and Xfinity, and also who will drive for Sam Hunt Racing, another Toyota Xfinity Series team. Place your bets in the comment section down below. Do you expect Sammy Smith and John Hunter, or do you think someone who we haven't really discussed will swoop in and nab one of those JGR seats? Lastly, let's talk about some Hailie Deegan rumors, or can we say reports? Yesterday, this Twitter account, Crew Chief's Corner, tweeted, "Breaking, sources confirmed to the crew chief that Hailie Deegan will drive for ThorSport Racing. ThorSport is returning to Ford, and further details will be announced soon." That is pretty huge, if true. Not just the fact that Hailie Deegan now has another full-time NASCAR ride, staying in the trucks, but that ThorSport will once again switch manufacturers. They've bounced between Ford and Toyota like half a dozen times, it feels, the last few years. ThorSport leaving Toyota would be big, big news. Deegan going to ThorSport would be huge news. But is it true? No disrespect to Crew Chief's Corner, but personally I'm not too familiar with their work. Fox Sports' Bob Pockrass did tweet this today. Christian Eckes to drive the McAnally Hilgeman Racing number 19 truck in 2023. Eckes' departure from ThorSport opens up a seat potentially for Hailie Deegan, though he notes ThorSport would have to switch to Ford. ThorSport indicated to me last night nothing to announce as they work on 2023 plans. Yeah, so separately, the McAnally truck of the 19 extended their sponsorship deal with Napa, but now instead of Derek Kraus, they're going with Christian Eckes. Kraus now looking for a seat next season. But you have Bob Pockrass there noting that potentially Hailie Deegan is ThorSport's new driver, but still nothing is confirmed. I was digging through and trying to do my own research because I could have swore that not that long ago, Toyota said that they were going to work with ThorSport next year. And I found this clip, or this sentence, from Toyota when they made the Tricon Garage announcement. Here's what Toyota said just a month or two ago. Toyota and TRD will also continue to provide manufacturer support to Halmar Friesen Racing, Hattori Racing Enterprises, and ThorSport Racing in the NASCAR Truck Series. So, at least as of a couple months ago, the plan was for ThorSport to remain a Toyota team. Have things changed in the last 2 months? It's a little easier, I think, to switch manufacturers in trucks than it is in, some of the other series. Every Truck Series team, regardless of manufacturer, runs the same Ilmor engine, so switching manufacturers is really just switching out body panels, I guess, and decals. And personnel in some cases, drivers. Hailie Deegan has to drive a Ford, something with a Ford sticker on it. But point is, it's not as hard to swap manufacturers in trucks as it would be in Cup or Xfinity, for example. I mean, that's why ThorSport, if these rumors are true, will have made like their 4th manufacturer swap in 5 years, something like that. And it's safe to say they haven't missed a beat the last few years. I mean, they just had 2 of their trucks, Toyota trucks at this point, in the Championship 4 last month. So it wouldn't surprise me if these rumors, these reports are in fact true. ThorSport switching back to Ford and Hailie Deegan is joining their lineup. Let's assume this is all true for a moment. It's not a bad plan B for Hailie Deegan. I think it's safe to say plan A would have been an Xfinity ride, maybe with Stuart Haas Racing, maybe SS Greenlight with SHR support. That was probably plan A. But plan B, driving for ThorSport, I just mentioned one of the most competitive teams in the Truck Series. I mean, that's not bad either. If Deegan drives a ThorSport truck next year, she will be put under the microscope. She's used her mulligan, if you will. Like, DGR trucks were pretty good the last couple of years, but Ryan Preece was the only driver who consistently made it look like top 5 equipment. And no one expects Hailie Deegan to be as good as Ryan Preece in the near future. If you look at Deegan's numbers, she had 1 top 10 her rookie year, she had 2 top 10s last year. You compare her to her teammate Tanner Gray, she's just a little off from him. Like Tanner Gray last year had an average finish of 18th, Deegan was 22nd. So in the ballpark, but still lagging behind. That's what I'm saying. She used her mulligan at DGR. Now, again, assuming this is true, she's going to race for a different team, another contender. Deegan has to show improvement this year, or else the hype train we've talked about in the past will officially have run out of steam. I still believe there's something there that makes Hailie Deegan special, that tells me she could one day be a true competitive star in the NASCAR ranks, but we haven't seen it the last 2 years. Next year, assuming she goes to ThorSport, we gotta see something special to keep the hype train chugging along. Maybe I'm wrong. She did just win most popular driver in the Truck Series for the 2nd year in a row, so perhaps the hype train hasn't slowed down even a tiny bit. But to me personally, it feels like it has. I don't know. Share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Assuming Deegan to ThorSport switching to Ford, assuming that's all true, what are your expectations for Hailie Deegan next year? Leave a comment down in the comment section below. I'm gonna wrap this up there. My voice, I know, sounds terrible. I'm sorry for putting y'all through this the last 10 minutes or so, but thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. We talk NASCAR news, rumors, every single day nearly on this channel, even throughout the off season. I really appreciate your support. And as always, a big thank you to my Patreon supporters for going above and beyond to help keep this channel growing. Y'all truly are the best. I really appreciate it. I still can't believe Cypress Hill commented on my video yesterday. I've been doing NASCAR videos for years, and you know how many NASCAR people have commented on my videos? I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 ever that I've known of. I talk about music for 2 minutes and already have them in my comment section. What is happening? For what it's worth, I'm truly looking forward to seeing them perform live in February at the Clash. I hope it's a good time. I'm expecting to have some fun. I hope there's no hard feelings, Cypress Hill. I mean it. I'm just laughing because what? I wouldn't have expected that. Anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see you in the next episode.